Welcome back. Today, we're going to be looking at the Line 6 Podgo, and I'm going to be showing you and explaining why I had sold a good amount of my guitar pedals and made my switch over to the Line 6 Podgo. So let's dive right into it. What I love about the Line 6 Podgo and even the Helix, I use the Helix a lot at work. I use the Podgo for my YouTube stuff and my personal stuff. And what I love about it is it has tons and tons of options when it comes to your amps, your cabs, your pedals, different presets that you can do. What I do for, even at work and for my YouTube stuff is I'll make song specific presets. So I'll make a song over here and then I'll use snapshots. I got 4 snapshots to choose from on the Podgo. Now the Helix has a little bit more. But what I do for snapshots is intro would be on snapshot 1. So I will build the exact sound for whatever song I'm working in. For snapshot 1 of the intro, and then maybe snapshot 2 would be a verse, pre-chorus. I'd build out my pedals to sound exactly like they would in the song, so forth. Chorus would be 3rd, maybe a bridge on 4. And it allows me to really replicate almost any song that you would find. And for me, I work at a church, do a lot of worship songs. We do a lot of feature secular songs too. And the Helix Podgo allows us to accomplish the original sound as far as the guitars go from those songs. So let's dive into the amps. I'm also going to include the Line 6 Podgo manual that is on their website because they have a crazy detailed list of what everything is compared to. Because with the Podgo, Line 6, I believe it's just Line 6 in general, they can't actually label their amps, their pedals, based on what they actually are, if you will. So if you look here, you can see that these are obviously Vox amps, the AC30, but they can't label them Vox. So you can see we got Vox amps, we got Fender amps, Orange. I know there's Mesa, there's tons of other ones, but you can see how many options you have to choose from just alone with the amps. And then whenever you pick one, so let's rock the Orange amp, you're going to have even more settings within it. You can do the drive, you can do the bass, the mids, everything. And then if we move over to the cabs, you can see that there's, again, Popular, there's Fender, there's Orange, there's Mesa, all sorts of different ones. And again, you can go in, you can change what kind of mic you want to replicate with this cab. And it says up here on the top right of the slider, which microphone you're using for it. You can choose the distance, low cut, high cut, level, all that fun stuff. We have IRs. I haven't dove much into the IR, but you can download some and mess around with those. I'm probably going to be doing those pretty soon. I've only had the Podgo for about a few weeks, so that's something I haven't dove right into. But those are cool. I've watched quite a few videos on them. Do a lot of cool stuff. So that is a lot right there just with your amps and cabs. You can get an amazing sound just with using a single amp if you want to. We're going to look at the pedals now. When it comes to your pedals, you got tons of different options. What I love about the Podgo is, for me, when I had individual pedals that only really focused on one thing, whether it was like overdrive, reverb, delay, and I wanted to experiment with like a different type of pedal, instead of having to buy that pedal, I can just go in here now and pick whichever pedal maybe I want. So let's look at the distortion. You see that we have a bunch of different options when it comes to our overdrive or distortion. You have the Klon, the OCD, which is a pedal that I had on my original pedal board. You got Boss. You got a bunch of Line 6 stuff that they have made themselves. And again, you can go in. So let's look at the Klon, if you will. You can change the gain. You can change tone. I mean, you could swap out so many different things. The OCD, I love the OCD. You can even change the version of the OCD that you're going to use with this pedal. Other pedals, you can do dynamics. So you got your compressors. You can see your options here below. And again, I'm going to include that manual so you can see which one it actually replicates. EQ. You throw some EQ on there, modulation, you got chorus, you got phaser, you got tremolo. Man, you got everything you'd ever need, and you can play around with that. You got your delay. This is what was really keeping me on the fence of diving in. I had a Strymon timeline that I actually sold. And the reason I sold it is after playing with these delay pedals. I've had the Podgo for about 3 weeks, I said. I've had the Strymon timeline for maybe 3-4 years. Dove really deep into the timeline, played around with it, does a lot of amazing stuff. Strymon's a great company. But after playing with these delay pedals, I was able to accomplish a lot of what I use my Strymon for, my timeline. And I'm just amazed at the options. And I love with the snapshots, again, like I was saying in the beginning, I can have snapshot 1 to have like a quarter note delay maybe, and then maybe on chorus I could change it to a dotted eighth note, change the mix and how long the feedback is and all that fun stuff. Same with the reverb. I have my Big Sky. I haven't sold the Big Sky. I haven't felt comfortable doing the Big Sky. I absolutely love that pedal. But if you do ambient swells, if you just need basic reverb, you got every option you'd ever need. Other pedals that I haven't really dove into, but I probably will in the future, is your pitch pedals. You got filter, different filters, and then you have a looper, which is great. Another thing I love about these, the Line 6 Podgo, is you can easily change your signal chain with your pedals. If you want your amp, your cab at the very end, you just click and you just drag where you want to put those. You want the drive at the beginning of your chain, you put that there. If you want, your delay after that, you can put it there, and so forth and so forth. That is really the reason why I switched to Podgo. You could do your presets, song-specific presets. Snapshots are huge for me. I love that. If I ever play at churches, if I ever do YouTube stuff, it's so easy for me to just create a new preset and label the preset, the song, and then just really dive into snapshots instead of being limited to what I personally had. I had about 6 different pedals. I felt kind of limited at the sounds because if I wanted to change something, I'd have to get down there and start messing around with the knobs. But here I hit the snapshot button and it does everything I need. And I'll include a video from a previous video that I did about snapshots and saving different sounds within snapshots. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. I really do enjoy these types of videos. So if you liked them, please leave a like and maybe consider subscribing for more. And we'll see you guys next time.